Imagine waking up to find that your debt of thousands of dollars has been wiped clean. This was the reality for thousands of Canadians recently. It's as astounding as it sounds. The Canada Revenue Agency, commonly known as the CRA, made a shocking move by reversing a staggering $246 million in pandemic benefit debts. This surprising turn of events impacted a significant number of individuals, around 27,000 to be precise. The reasons behind this unexpected reversal? Well, it all boils down to disputes over eligibility. Many Canadians found themselves in a tough spot, struggling to prove their eligibility for the pandemic benefits, leading to a wave of frustrations and, in some cases, even legal recourse. This unexpected reversal, while a relief for many, has raised a storm of questions about the CRA's handling of pandemic benefits. It's a situation that has left many people scratching their heads, wondering about the process and the decisions that led to this moment. This unexpected reversal has raised many questions about the CRA's handling of pandemic benefits. To understand the gravity of the situation, we need to delve into the root of the issue. The core of the problem lies in the eligibility disputes over pandemic benefit payments. The government had initially collected a staggering $1.8 billion in erroneous benefit payments. This colossal sum was not just a result of a few miscalculations, but rather a widespread issue affecting tens of thousands of individuals. People from all walks of life found themselves in a predicament, grappling with the challenge of proving their eligibility for these benefits. Despite their genuine needs, these Canadians faced an uphill battle against a system that seemed to be more focused on recouping funds than understanding their unique circumstances. Imagine being in their shoes, struggling to navigate through the complexities of the system, striving to prove your eligibility, and facing the daunting prospect of paying back a debt you never owed in the first place. It's a situation that many found themselves in, and it's a situation that none of them asked for. These challenges, understandably, led to mounting frustrations. The system that was put in place to provide relief during a time of global crisis seemed to be causing more harm than good for some. This frustration for many eventually boiled over, leading to legal recourse. Individuals like Kelly Stewart, for example, decided to fight back, planning to seek a judicial review. These Canadians refused to accept the situation lying down, and their determination sparked a critical examination of the CRA's validation process. The CRA's handling of eligibility assessments has been under scrutiny, with critics pointing out that the system seemed to be more focused on penalizing than understanding. The process, as it stood, was far from perfect, and the voices of those affected were growing louder. These challenges led to frustrations and even legal recourse for some, leading to a critical examination of the CRA's validation process. While the reversal of the debts is undoubtedly a relief for many, it also has significant implications. It's like a weight lifted off the shoulders of those who are under the crushing burden of these debts, but this relief is not without its ripple effects. Firstly, let's consider the impact on the individuals involved. These are everyday Canadians who found themselves in a tough spot due to the pandemic. The reversal means they no longer have to worry about repaying a significant amount of money they may not have had in the first place. It's more than just monetary relief, it's emotional relief too. No more sleepless nights worrying about how to make ends meet. But what about the Canada Revenue Agency, the CRA? They've been thrust into the spotlight, facing criticism for their handling of the pandemic benefit debts. Some are asking, how did it come to this in the first place? Could the validation process have been more thorough? These questions are leading to a deeper examination of the CRA's practices, potentially prompting changes in the future. Notably, individuals like Kelly Stewart aren't stopping at criticism. They're taking it a step further by planning to seek a judicial review. This move could potentially open the door to more systemic changes, not just in the CRA, but in how government agencies handle such crises overall. Finally, let's not forget the impact on the Canadian government. The reversal of $246 million in pandemic benefit debts is a significant amount. It raises questions about fiscal responsibility, government oversight, and the effectiveness of pandemic relief measures. It's a wake-up call for the government to reassess and rethink the mechanisms in place to handle such situations. Despite some cases being resolved, concerns remain about the agency's handling of eligibility assessments. The reversal, while a victory for some, is a stark reminder of the need for transparency, efficiency, and fairness in handling such matters. It's a lesson learned, but the real test will be in how these lessons are applied in the future. Like any major decision, this reversal has its pros and cons. Let's take a moment to delve into both sides, starting with the pros. Firstly, the reversal means relief. It's a sigh of relief for thousands of Canadians who had been burdened with the unexpected repayment of pandemic benefits. It's not just about the money, it's about the mental peace that comes with not having to worry about a large debt hanging over their heads. Secondly, this could be a catalyst for change. The intense scrutiny faced by the Canada Revenue Agency could potentially lead to improvements in their validation process. This could mean a more efficient, more accurate system that ensures only those who truly qualify receive the benefits in the future. But, as with all things, there's a flip side: the cons. One potential downside is the risk of fraud. Whenever there's a reversal of this magnitude, there's always a concern that some individuals may have exploited the system. It's a delicate balance, ensuring help for those who need it while guarding against potential misuse. Lastly, there's the criticism faced by the CRA. This entire episode has put the agency under the microscope. Critics argue that the situation could have been avoided if the CRA's validation process had been more efficient from the start. This criticism, while potentially constructive, can also undermine public confidence in the agency. These pros and cons highlight the complexity of the situation and the challenges faced by the CRA. As we move forward, it's important to consider what can be done to prevent similar situations in the future. The recent reversal by the Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA, of $246 million in pandemic benefit debts has highlighted the need for some necessary improvements. The first step would be refining the validation process. The CRA's current system has faced criticism for its handling of eligibility assessments. Thousands of Canadians had to contest their eligibility status, leading to unnecessary stress and confusion. A more precise and streamlined validation process could help avoid these disputes, ensuring that those who truly need these benefits receive them without any undue hassle. But it's not just about refining the process, it's also about improving communication. The CRA needs to provide clear, concise, and easy-to-understand information about the eligibility criteria for pandemic benefits. It's crucial that the recipients understand what is expected of them and what they can expect in return. This transparency can help build trust and prevent future misunderstandings. In addition, the CRA could consider implementing a more compassionate approach in handling these cases. For instance, providing personalized assistance to those struggling with the process, or offering flexible repayment options for those who have erroneously received benefits, could go a long way in alleviating hardship on recipients. Lastly, it's worth noting that while the CRA has reversed a significant amount of debts, there still remain concerns about the agency's overall handling of the situation. Therefore, it's essential that the CRA takes this as a learning opportunity. They must listen to the people's grievances, learn from their mistakes, and strive to do better. With these changes, we can hope for a more efficient and fair system in the future. In summary, the CRA's reversal of $246 million in pandemic benefit debts is a complex issue with far-reaching implications. We've delved into the surprising turnaround, dissecting the roots of the issue that lie in the challenge of proving eligibility and the frustrations it sparked. We've discussed how this reversal impacts thousands of Canadians and weighed the pros and cons of the decision. On the upside, we've seen how it has provided relief to some individuals, yet on the downside, questions about the CRA's assessment process have been brought to light. We've also explored recommendations for the future, emphasizing the need for a more streamlined and transparent validation process to mitigate hardship for benefit recipients. As we continue to navigate the aftermath of the pandemic, it's clear that the handling of benefits will remain a critical issue for Canadians and their government.